Hello everybody, hope you guys are doing well. There are some common questions students ask, and we're going to cover that today in just 4 minutes, and we're going to discuss the first question, which is about the word limit. So you have 150 to 200 words. That's obviously given in the question. You don't need to ask. However, the best place to finish is 180 to 200 words. If you write a little bit lesser than this, there are chances you have not covered enough range of vocabulary, you don't have long complex sentences, and worst of all, you probably have not defined or have a descriptive writing covering each point that the examiner is asking you to cover. That's a common thing I see for writings below 180 words. 180 to 200 is ideal. It gives you enough time, words, and length to write everything required. The next question is about how many complex sentences should you use. Now, complex sentences are sentences that are broken into two parts. So something like, while I may not have a car right now, comma, in the future, I plan to buy 7, one for every day of the week. So here you have 2 points. One is, while I don't have a car right now. And then the next thing is, what do you want to do in the future? So when you have 2 points in one sentence, it is called a complex sentence. How many should you have in your writing? Well, in writing task 1, you have 3 bodies or 3 paragraphs for the 3 bullet points you're answering. You should have at least 2 complex sentences in these 3 body paragraphs. If you have 3, that's good. 4 is a bit much. Now, when we talk about task 2, you have 2 body paragraphs here, both talking about the opinions and arguments. Here you should have 1 complex sentence in each body. So body 1, 1 complex sentence, body 2, another complex sentence. That should be more than enough to give you marks for your complex sentences and range of sentences and grammatical expressions. The next thing is about task response, which is where we think about how many points should we use in task 1 and task 2. Well, as I mentioned, in task 1, you have 3 body paragraphs. That's what you should have. Each body paragraph should answer 1 bullet point from the question. So each body, each bullet point corresponds. Now, for each body paragraph, it is ideal to have 1 to 2 points. Then that would mean for the 3 body paragraphs, you should have a minimum of 3 to 6 points. I prefer you do 6 points in total, so 2 points per body paragraph. You want to organize them nicely so you don't exceed the words, and this way, by doing 2 points, you make sure that you're covering every angle and aspect of that bullet point without leaving room for the examiner to say, hey, I don't think you have explained enough here. So make sure to do 2 per body, but 1 is acceptable as well, as long as you're defining that well. Let's talk about task 2. Here you should have 2 to 4 points. So that would mean if you're doing 2 bodies, both supporting your side, body 1 should have 1 point expanded supporting your side. Body 2 should have another point expanded supporting your side. So 2 points both supporting your side. This is one way to do it. The other way to do it is to have 2 bodies talking about both options. So body 1 would have 2 points supporting your option. Body 2 would have 2 points opposing the other option. In total, you have 4 points. So that would be the task response of task 2. And that leads us to our last question, which is, should we talk about both sides or should we just talk about one side when you're doing task 2 and you're picking one of the options? It is ideal that you talk about both sides. I have seen students score way more marks when they talk about both sides compared to just one side, and it is obvious why. When you talk about both sides, you cover multiple points, you cover multiple angles, and when you start comparing, you use positive versus negative words. You use words like however, nonetheless, nevertheless. On the other hand, you change stances and you change your vocabulary and grammatical range and accuracy so much that you get marks for all those things. And it also completely covers the task response because now you have looked at your opinion from both angles. So I would suggest that you do both sides. However, if that is stressing you, you can stick to one side, but you need to expand your points really well in that one side with good vocabulary to ensure you hit all the same marks. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll talk soon.